The humans are now the dominant animal form on the planet. We're the mass of protein. We are the greatest collection, gathering of species that's ever existed. Dinosaurs can't compare. We're it. We're superior to anything that happened before because all of that was the torture that allowed evolution to happen. So we're now what we are in the world we live because of the torturous process of evolving. And we get, okay, good enough. I'm happy. I can go eat and drink and shit and wash my clothes so easily. I can just make up stories about problems. I don't have to have real problems. I can imagine problems and project problems and create problems because I'm no longer going anywhere. I'm stuck. It's a collective species, so we just fuck with each other. We just play games with each other. I mean, maybe, of course, there's love, and there's all the things that happen because of biology and biochemistry and the attraction of male and female and the sexual energies and the stories and the dramas that are endlessly repeating in all literature, in all ballads, in all songs, because we're there, right? That's it. Yeah, we die, but, maybe something you know is you come back because you've done this many times. So what happens in this last quarter of the journey of consciousness? We're in charge. We, each of us, are the ones who do it. We have to break the agreement. We have to break out of the shell. We have to discover what it is to be self-aware, an individual, in a relatively incredible opportunity of lifetimes to discover, why am I here? Why do we exist? What role do I have to play? And perhaps what will be the next stage in the evolution of human consciousness. Of course, it's got to be a battle. It can't be anything else, because otherwise the inertia will do the best it can to say at what it knows is good enough. This is good enough. We don't need to evolve further. Let's just imagine going to another world. Let's just wait for the spaceship to come and rescue us. We can live in our imaginations, in our virtual worlds, in our projections, and our stories and our griefs and our own personal traumas that either we weren't used to or have happened to many other humans, but now happens to us. We lose track. And we're part of the Folsom. We're part of the stuckness because we haven't owned it. We haven't found that the thing in the best of us in all our previous lives that we sought, that we worshipped, that we honored, that we make sacred is within us. And that our job is to manifest it, is to bring it into existence, is to make it real, is to make it lived as this world is, because the whole thing has to move so that this can become a real next stage in the evolution of this particular stream of creation to make the shift. Guys like us, guys like me, people like me are here to help, to say, look at your situation. How's it working? Is that what you seek? Is that what you choose to make important? You have a say. So what are you going to do? What are the things to be done? How can you make this shift? Well, your ego cannot. Your ego is simply the byproduct of the evolutionary process you inherited. But your being is of a different order. That inner self, the higher self, the truth self, that can remember it's lived before in some form in each life. And that ability to remember you've done this already. You've already been a mother. You've already been a father. You've already been a good man. You've already been a bad man. You've already done all of this. This memory starts letting you know this isn't it. That there's something yet to come forward. And you can own the territory. If you can own the territory of what you already know in your being, then you'll wake up. You'll start waking up to the parts of yourself that are still in the slumber of all the previous 3/4 of the journey of evolution that brought you this body, it brought you this mind, that brought you this family, that brought you all these domains that actually ride with us concurrently in the subtle worlds to where we are now. And of course, there's nothing else but now. Therefore, in every now is an opportunity for Dharma to be resolved, for the battle to be engaged, to create something that isn't there naturally, to call on something greater than ourselves to do so. Okay.
When we wake up in a body, we are very much identified as a body, with emotions, thoughts, memories, experiences, preferences, attractions, and repulsions. Consciousness either returns to itself in a movement toward light, truth, goodness, and love, or moves counter to that in a movement towards darkness and ignorance, comfort and pleasure, following the habits of the body and the mechanisms of survival and success. These are the two forces the Bhagavad Gita is pointing to.
So the Bhagavad Gita is a good reference point because it's a structure that was put in place thousands of years ago where there was a gap in the density of the obscurity, and then it was before there was language, and that structure gets evoked when we attend to it. It doesn't exist until you attend to it. There's no such thing as a Bhagavad Gita. There's no such thing as an eternal song, a song. There's no such thing as the current of becoming until you attend to it, until you begin to find it, to begin to make it real in your own experience. Then it starts working. It starts unfolding. It starts revealing something that latent in the cells of your body, in the chemistry of your body, in the organization of the nervous system in your body. Just like LSD was a catalyst. It didn't really do anything itself, but it set in motion a biochemical response that opened perceptions of consciousness different than the sensory world in the mind. So it is the fact that the nature of that truth that we are is catalytic. That when we begin to taste the exquisiteness of that catalyzing agent, nothing else is more important. It becomes the most important thing. That knowing lies in your body. The Kua Ketra and the Karma Ketra is the same as the field and the knower of the 13th chapter of Gita, spoken differently. Our bodies is the arena. Our body carries the inherent possibility that was there in the beginning of creation, carries the record of the evolutionary movement, and in the process converts us into a knower of the truth that we are as an agency, as a representative, as a spark, as an expression of that original intent. It points to a capacity of endless creation, endless experimentation, endless learning, endless discovering, enhancing qualities we never knew existed, which come out slowly in time before we actually recognize we're developing this whole new quality of being, a whole new quality of seeing, a whole new quality of perceiving that was not there before. It comes right there in the very substance of what we make real, our physical body and our lived life and our stories and our mind and our emotions. It's there amidst of that as something very fundamental